Yo, what's good, everyone? Your boy Deke back again with another vid. You know why we're here. We got to talk Sunday Night Football, Steelers versus Seahawks. Went to overtime. We ended up getting the dub, though. A lot of things happen in this game, but sometimes it's just easiest to start with the first quarter. We got off to a slow start. First three offensive possessions ended in punts, but luckily, same thing happened for the Seahawks. As the offense was trying to find their rhythm, the defense was stepping up, making plays, most notably in this first quarter, Trey Norwood. Also, we can't forget about TJ Watt with some of those pass deflections. But then we see in the second quarter, the scoring starts to pick up, starting with this dot from 7 to Najee Harris. And some people's reactions to this were perhaps a little louder than others.
They've been saying Ben's back. Ben's been here. He's been here. Anyone that's been watching knows. They know. People that know football. Ben's been here. We went in this ship.
But a key component to the Steelers going up 14-0 and having 2 consecutive good scoring drives, I mean, I hate to say it, the jet sweep. At first, I never wanted to see it again, but its success rate hasn't stopped. It's got to be up to like 80%. First, the Deontay Johnson sweep to set us up for the touchdown. And then we had Eric Ebron at the goal line. Who had Eric Ebron scoring a rushing touchdown on their bingo card? I know Collinsworth said that on the broadcast. Good joke. Bad joke. I'm saying no. I like the effort though. Creative. And then everyone knew the reactions and comments that were coming after that. Can't drop it if you get the handoff. Jokes aside, Ebron has had a consecutive catch streak going. Had a nice one in this game. After the first half, Steelers up 14-0. Looks like we have the game in our control. But then there was the second half. Offense, able to get drives going. Would have liked some touchdowns. They settled for 2 field goals in the second half, but the defense was the biggest letdown in my opinion. From the first half where Seattle has a goose egg on the board to them just driving the ball at will. They did get stops where they needed it though, so we got to give credit where it's due, but overall, that is what I thought let the Seahawks get back in the game. But before we get to the end of the game, quick segment of positives/disappointments. It's pretty simple. We have a list of players, and we'll go over if they deserved a positive takeaway from yesterday's game or if they disappointed a little bit. First positive, I got to go with 7. I thought he had a solid game. Good throws, led us on some nice scoring drives. Receivers had a couple key drops in critical moments. The one negative takeaway you could say from his game was the weird fumble ruling where he tried to pump fake and the ball slipped out of his hands. That was more fluky. Others will point to the pick that he almost threw Jamal Adams. Hit it off his helmet. Ben probably just saw Jamal Adams' Sunday Night Football intro.
Jamal Adams, I'm the best in the nation.
And he was like, all right, bro, if you're that good, catch this laser. Hit him off the dome. So no worries there. And then next positive, obviously Najee Harris. He's still a stud. 81 yards on the ground. And those were tough yards. But then also proves his prowess in the passing game with 6 receptions, 46 yards, and a touchdown. Next positive, another running back, Kalen Ballage. He looked pretty good out there. Nice change of pace. I think we should get him to the ball more. Could be a nice compliment to Najee. Let me know what you guys think. For disappointment, I got to go with Chase Claypool. Had a great game against Denver. We're all thinking, has he turned the page? Wide receiver 1 on the horizon. But then bounces back with the Seattle game where had some nice catches, but also the pass interference, a bad drop, and then there was a 50-50 ball. It's just like, bro, I feel like you should catch this. Therefore, I wouldn't be surprised against the Browns he has like 120 yards and 2 touchdowns. We know he's got the talent. We're just looking for that game in and game out consistency that AB and DeAndre Hopkins have done throughout their careers. Another disappointment, and from my standpoint, from what I know, no fault of his own, James Washington. He just wasn't really seeing the field. Ray McCloud got more playing time over him, which is shocking to me because I think James Washington is better than Ray McCloud, but Ben said in his interview that he thinks Ray McCloud is going to get more of a role going forward, which is surprising to me.
Yeah, I just think he's going to be the guy that we're going to count on to do some stuff.
Next positive, Muth, no question about it. Starting to use him more, and we saw how that benefits the offense, especially with Juju out. Stock up for Muth. Sticking with the positives, Cam Hayward. If it wasn't for TJ Watt, maybe he'd actually have a strong case for Defensive Player of the Year. But he's on an all-pro/Pro Bowl type level this season and also knows how to sneak in a workout in the middle of an NFL game. Then we have TJ Watt, absolutely padded the stat sheet. 7 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, 2 QB hits, 3 pass deflections, 1 forced fumble, 2 sacks, and then 3 punches. Another disappointment, I'm just going to say the whole second half defense. I know Terrell Edmonds was definitely not having his best game, but just how they were able to run the ball, get open. Luckily, we were able to hold DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett to a decent amount. This felt like last week's game where the Broncos were able to come back in the fourth quarter with essentially no problems in the Seahawks. kind of did the same thing, but instead of passing the ball, it was Alex Collins who ended up having over 100 yards on the ground. And then one more positive before I move on. Special teams. Ray McLeod catches every punt, gets about 9 or 10 yards every time. Chris Boswell, don't even need to say anything there. Clutch as hell. And then Presley Harvin switching the field, had a couple good punts in this game. Now, you know we got to talk about how this game ended.
5. Smith throws sideline. It's caught by Metcalf, who lost the football, and it's recovered. But they line up.
So I was at the game. I had the same reaction as the players. This game's over. I don't think that they got it off in time. But as they show the replay, and as you could see in this replay, whenever he spikes it, there's a second left. There was 2 seconds left, whatever it was. So I know Mike Tomlin was not happy about it, and I wasn't really happy in the moment either. I'm like, why are they reviewing this? This is kind of BS. But whenever you look back on it, review or not, he ended up getting the snap off. So I think they ended up getting it right. I don't really have any problems with it. I would have had a problem, though, if Geno didn't get the snap off in time and they did this whole catch review thing, and then they put time back on the clock to give him an opportunity to spike it. But I could see how an outcome could have went a different way and why Tomlin wasn't too thrilled about how the refs handled it.
I hated it. I cannot believe that game was stopped a confirmed catch, no catch in that moment.
That led to this, the game-tying field goal that sent it to overtime. In OT, both offenses stalled on their first possessions. This was the second possession by the Seattle Seahawks. 4 minutes and 26 seconds left. On their 15, TJ Watt earns his money. $28 million man. Not only on that play, but the whole game. TJ Watt completely balled out. I wouldn't be surprised if he's the favorite for Defensive Player of the Year right now. The turnover then gave Ben the opportunity to lead the game-winning drive and set up Chris Boswell with a 37-yard field goal. Perfect. Center cut. Steelers get the dub. My final thoughts / takeaways on this game. Wasn't perfect. Wasn't pretty. A win's a win, though. We're 3-3 heading into this bye. Right back in the playoff mix, right back where we needed to be. It's not going to be one of those things where we care about as the season progresses, looking back, oh man, how did we get that Seahawks win? It doesn't matter. We got to win. Sometimes you got to win tough games, and that's what happened in this one. I think there's enough positive takeaways from this game that we're still trending in the right direction. A little bit concerned about this second half defense from the Broncos game in this one. Hopefully it's something that does not continue. But that's it for the vid. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys thought of the game down in the comments. Stay chilling and peace.